All right. Let's see. We got everybody in here. You guys come. Y'all come in. Y'all come in too.
Great question.
Yeah. We're gonna introduce everybody. Yeah, just trying to see. Everybody's in here? Okay. So we're going to do introductions, welcome. I know mostly everybody in here, but for those that don't know, my name is Dr. Hart. I'm the board chairman and the CEO of the Out of 5 Foundation and a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And
hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Elizabeth Garcia. I am the lead of the youth programs at Casa San Jose, and it's my first year here, and I'm really excited and looking forward to sharing this time with all of you.
excellent. So we're going to get this kicked off. I know it's the first day, but let's try to get here a little bit earlier so that, some of you were on time, but let's try to get here somewhere around between 1:30 and 1:45 so we can start at 2 o'clock. But this is the first day where we're getting back, so it's cool. We are going to do some quick introductions, but before I do that, I want to introduce the members of the Out of 5 Foundation that are helping with the program, and then Elizabeth can do the same. But I have Mr. Minifield here, who's in the foundation. We got, you gonna go with what? You gonna go with Mr. or what?
Yeah.
Just Izzy?
Yeah, it's
Just Izzy? Just Izzy. Mr. Izzy? Just Izzy?
it's like a Muppet.
All right. Then we got, Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Carrie. Step in. You got Carrie, a.k.a. Kimbo Slice. We got Buffalo. I know I got jokes. Then we got who else am I missing? Well, she's an instructor though too. So I was trying to get. Oh, we got 2 assistants this year. Miss Nia Hart. That's my daughter. Stand up, Nia. Okay. And then we got Joss. That's actually my nephew. They're helping. They help with several programs. And that's our team. They're going to be helping out. If you need anything, reach out to one of them here in the house. And I'll turn it over to Elizabeth.
Thank you. Well, this year, Casa San Jose is going through a lot of changes. So our coordinators right now, we are short staff. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so, we'll bring back a really good team, and we'll have more people coming in. So as we do the programming, you'll see new people come in with us as well. But for now, we still have Moises and Adrian. You guys work with Moises, and of course Adrian is our volunteer. So this is our Casa team for now.
All right. And Moises, this is his last day. He's leaving. So, let's make sure we give him a hard time today. Yeah, let's boo him right now. No, but I'll let him say it, but he's going bright in his horizons, and maybe he'll share something later on. Maybe at the end of the day, we'll say bye properly. But we're going to enjoy the rest of this day with you today, and we'll make sure we send you out with a bang. All right? So without further ado, real quick, the program. Okay, yeah, they come in. Cool. Okay, that's fine. I'm still, so the program, cross-cultural program. So you guys know what it is. Most of you. So we did meet. The student leaders had a meeting last week, talked about enhancements that we wanted to make with the program, different changes, different ways to improve it, what you liked, what you didn't like, and we got some really great feedback. So we're going to we're making some changes from last year just to make it better. So it's your program. So we know it's Saturday morning. We know, well, Saturday afternoon today, but we know it's Saturday, so we know that, you don't want another school day, I don't think. Do you want another school day? Another school day? All right. So we want to make it a little different than school. So we heard you. We're trying to implement the changes. The big thing was about bringing our communities together, the black and brown communities together, the African American and Latino communities together. It's about learning about each other. Here in Pittsburgh, we don't do a good job of that. We know that we're very sort of isolated. We don't cross bridges. So we want to make sure that we create a space for you to feel comfortable, build friendships, and learn about each other's culture. We're doing that through 4 classes that we had and field trips. I know y'all had a great time on the field trips. Last time we went to the indoor water park, the Kalahari Resort. That was a lot of fun. And then we went to DC. That was a lot of fun. We're going to try this year. We're going to go to Chicago. So we're still planning that, but we're going to go to Chicago to take the charter bus. Moises won't be here because he's leaving. So
I might come along.
We'll have fun. We'll try to do some things differently. We're going to make it interactive. We're going to try to less lecture. That was something that you said, like you want less lecture. So we're talking a lot today because it's the first day. But we're going to try to make sure that those focal areas, and you'll hear from the instructors real soon, they don't talk your heads off the whole time. We're going to get to it. It's going to be hands-on, interactive. They've been challenged to be creative and engaging. So you're going to see that change with the 4 classes. Other than that, we're going to probably add some field trips. We just don't know. We'll get out. So we won't always be here. We might meet here, but then we might leave. I think Coach, she's going to talk about taking her group to a football game and getting some media, some footage, interviewing a couple players, cheerleaders, that sort of thing. So without further ado, we're going to run into the I'll introduce the instructors real quick. But before I do that, I do want to say that we got some ground rules. So when somebody's speaking, we expect all eyes on that person. So that's just a respect thing. And I think both of our cultures demand that. I'm sure your mom and dad don't allow you to put your head down or not make eye contact to the adult who's speaking. So that's something that we have. Hoodies. We don't allow hoodies on. Again, nobody has that. Most of y'all know that already. I used to have to get on all the time. The restrooms downstairs is going to be the co-ed restroom in the hallway near the steps. You can use that. Boys and girls can use that. It locks. Upstairs there's a restroom that's just for the girls. The boys should not use that bathroom. It does not have a lock on it. So girls, if you don't feel comfortable using that bathroom, do not use it. Just come down here, use the one with the lock on it. When we meet up again on October 14th, it will have a lock on it. Plumbing. Please don't flush toilet paper and other things in the toilet. It causes major damage.
So now I wrote the check.
Major damage. So we had this is an old house built in the 1800s.
Clarify, brother.
Yeah.
We can flush toilet paper, not paper towels.
Okay, don't. What did I say?
Toilet paper.
That's it. Toilet paper.
Tell me don't come to
I'm nasty. I said, don't flush toilet paper.
That was it. Yep.
That's, dude, y'all was gonna let me just say that?
I thought you had some new thing going. I don't know.
All right.
Got a bidet.
Okay. I make a couple mistakes. Don't flush paper towels and other items that don't need to go down the toilet. A little backup on plumbing. And y'all know the other rules. You're a great group of kids. We really do respect the fact that you are some of the best and brightest leaders. So without further ado, our instructors are going to tell you in like 3 minutes what they got planned. And when they do that, because you want to listen, because after they do that, you're going to sign up to one of the classes. So you want to make sure you're paying attention. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions. You see these pieces of paper here because you're going to get a sticky note, you're going to write your name on it, and you're going to pick the classes. We'll put the names of the classes on it. So we got media production again, we got visual arts, we got theater arts, and then we got culinary arts. So we're going to start now with Mr. Jennings.
Okay. I don't get no applause. Nobody. Thank you. What's up, everyone? Greetings, everyone.
Good.
This year in visual arts, we are going to explore hip hop. So hip hop is now 50 years in existence. So hip hop started August 8th, 1973. So what better way to commemorate 50 years of hip hop than to bring it into our class? So with hip hop, it has 4 pillars. So we will be getting into graffiti tags, things of that nature. Hip hop T-shirt. We may possibly, if time permits, we may design a T-shirt design and actually get it screen printed. So this shirt right here, I actually designed this for the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust to commemorate 50 years. So we're going to get into actually doing posters. Again, I mentioned graffiti writing. We may even write a couple of bars of rap. Okay, so those of you who are creative, we're going to actually get into that, maybe a few bars of rap. We're going to explore Latino rappers as well as African American rappers, East Coast, West Coast, Southern rappers. We're going to get into hip hop fashion, why hip hop was used and how it's used in advertising, things of that nature. So we're going to explore the entire culture. We're going to be listening to different genres of hip hop in the background. So it's going to kind of really give us a nice hip hop environment. So the class is definitely going to be dope. It's going to be fun. I'm not going to pressure y'all. We're all going to be creative. There's no right or wrong way to do any type of hip hop, fashion, or illustration. So we're just going to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to this course with you guys. All right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
So next will be media production. We'll do media production.
Hi.
Coach K.
My name is Coach K, and I have a question. How many of you are absolutely proud to be here? Put your hand up. If you're really absolutely proud to be here, put your hand up. Okay. Way up in the sky. So I asked you that question because I want to know how many of you think everyone should know what you do when you're here. Put your hand up. If you think it's important that your friends or your family or the public know what's happening when you come here, put your hand up. People in the world, people outside. I don't know about y'all, but I don't do too many things that I'm proud of that I don't want people to know. That's what media is. That's what I would like to offer you, and I want to make sure that you know how to do it very, very quickly. Like a lot of us know how to use our phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people play sports here? Put your hands up. How many of y'all have a highlight reel? A highlight reel. How many of you have a highlight reel for the sports that you play?
How many is it trash?
So that's a little unbalanced though, right?
Your highlight room was always black and white.
That's a little unbalanced. So I want to teach you guys how to do that with the effects and the captions, different languages, things of that nature, so that the things that you do that you are proud of get seen in the media positively, right? We get a whole bunch of images in our media about us, don't we? Not all of them are good, right? So I would like to offer you an opportunity to change the narrative for what people see when they see you. So I'm Coach K. If you want to get down with me, come see me right now. We streaming on my Roku channel and Facebook and stuff. I do all that. I got tricks. I got tricks. We live. I got tricks. Yeah, I got tricks.
Next up, Mark and Ashley Summers, the one and only.
Hey,
Tag team.
I'm on this end, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Great.
Cool. My name's Mark. I'm limping because I got balled up in the truck accident. That's another story. This is my daughter Ashley.
Hi.
We're both playwrights. We run the Pittsburgh Playwrights Theater Company. Use prescription glasses so I can see you. Not trying to be cool. My other ones are broke. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to, well, first of all, we run the Pittsburgh Playwrights Theater Company, and we're proud of that. I founded it 20 years. We're 20 years young. Brandon and I actually worked for the Pittsburgh Courier many moons ago, back in the 80s.
That's right.
I was a photographer for them, for the Pittsburgh Courier, for 12 years, and Brandon was the graphic artist, so head graphic artist. We worked along, so we're really good friends. We go way back. But listen, we're excited to be here. Ashley is a creative, has a creative writing degree from Point Park. I did not get into theater until I was 30 years old. So that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. It took me 30 years to find something that I loved, that I was passionate about. And I've been doing it every day since. I know I look like I'm 27, but I'm 61. So for the last 30 years, I've been doing theater every day. So theater has taken me to 7 different countries. I would say around the world, but I haven't been in Asia yet. But I've been all over the place: Africa, Ireland, Scotland. I've had my plays produced in several different countries. I've directed in different countries, and I'm not trained. I was an actor. I started out as an actor, and I met August Wilson in Alaska, in South Africa, as an actor, and he read some of my poems and convinced me to write for the stage. And I got to be a good friend with him. That's how I got into it, and I couldn't get my plays produced anywhere. I was working in the steel mill, and theater in Garfield came up for sale. I bought the guy out, took it over, didn't know nothing about producing theater, and 20 years later, we're doing it. That's my living. I was able to quit the steel mill to do theater full time. What we want to do with you guys, first of all, how many storytellers do we have in the room? Raise your hand for a storyteller. See, so you guys don't even know what you got inside you. You're all storytellers. Don't you all got Snapchats and iPhones and different phones and stuff? Don't you text people and stuff and all that? You're telling stories every day. Every time you push that button, that's part of history. This stuff is going down. It's being recorded. If you got to go to court, they can pull that stuff back. You know what I'm saying? You're telling a story. You're leaving a footprint. Same what she says with media. You're leaving a footprint. So be proactive and take charge of your footprint, like what she's telling you about. Coach K, like Coach K's telling you. You know, wrangle it. Be in charge of it. Now, let me ask you this. So let me tell you how I got into writing. I have a brother, an older brother. All right, he's 3 years older than me. He had a Trans Am. He had a nice apartment. He had nice clothes. And I'm like, my dad was hooking him up for this. We couldn't understand how he got over all the time. He was always, getting stuff done. He wasn't doing nothing illegal. And my aunt died in New York, and she left. My one brother was going through the mail, going through her old letters she never sent to her brother, my dad. It says, I don't know how you can let your son blackmail you like that. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't figure out. What it was is, my brother happened up on my dad's sneak out jacket. Now, he wasn't sneaking out on my mom like with another woman or nothing, but my mom's in the church. He had his blazer, his go out to the jazz club jacket at my grandmother's house on the back hook. And my brother was using that on him. So he took care of my brother. So I wrote a letter to my dad died in 1998. I wrote a letter to my brother. And the letter was basically like, look, you did this, you borrowed this, you never paid this. And I was getting this case where all of a sudden, yeah, I said, now that Dad's gone, I worked in the steel mill. I was making $85,000 a year. This was back in 1998. I was making $85,000 a year, but I was working 16-hour days, 6 days a week, overtime. So anyway, I said, don't come leaning on me now, because Dad is gone, right? Now, I was in a play as an actor, and I told Javon Johnson, who was an MFA student at Tampa Pitt. Now he's on Tyler Perry's The Oval. He plays the butler in there, okay? And I told Javon, I said, Javon, I wrote this letter to my brother. He said, let me see. He read it. And he said, that's a nice poem. I said, it's not no poem. It's a letter to my brother. He read it like a poem. And that was the birth of the writing. I was like, wow. He said, you ought to write some more. Express yourself and get your feelings out because it's heartfelt. So I went to South Africa that summer as an actor, and I started writing all these poems and stuff. And August Wilson read them and said, I like your style. You ought to consider writing for the stage. And we became good friends. That's how I got, and I was 30-something years old. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are at an age now, I'm going to tell you what the biggest boulder on your back is. I'm just assuming this, is peer pressure. You're worried about what everybody else, some of you all might be worried about what everybody else thinks. You know, you're on your phones and stuff. I see people on their phones doing all this stuff and all that. You know what I'm saying? And you add all that up and figure out how much time that takes away from your life. You guys are at the foundation. And that's why I applaud the Qs for what they're doing. All right? I applaud them because they're investing their time into you guys. Do not think this is just some crap you got to go deal with because your parents sent you, whatever. Take advantage of your time. You're not going to get it back. You ain't going to get it back. I wish I used to be able to hoop. I used to think I could hoop. I can't do nothing. I can barely walk. But, you know, I'm saying you guys are in the prime of your life. All right? Just like you save up for a rainy day, all right? Load up on the knowledge for a rainy day. All right? In the world of theater, the people who are successful are the people who know how to do multiple things. Okay? I got a guy just came in town. He built our set in 3 days. The last play we did, it took him 2 weeks, and I paid 5 different people. He did it, and then guess what? I paid him $5 a day. And he got it done. He knocked it out. It's a wrap. Okay? What we're going to teach you and show you guys how to do things is how to look at something, a project, and know how to attack it from different things. Producing a play and writing a play. You guys ever watch FBI International on CBS? It comes on Tuesdays. There's a young brother on there named Carter Redwood. He's from the Hill. Okay? He started out with us at age 10. He wanted to be in a play. He had dreads. He cut them off. He didn't have to. We didn't ask him to. He did it because he wanted to be this character. He ended up going to Kappa. He ended up going to CMU. He ended up working, doing different stuff. Went out to LA, went to New York. 3 years ago, he was working with me, cutting trees down. He was in town. He came and worked with us cutting trees down. I got video. He's out there pushing, hauling trees and stuff, doing what he got to do to pay the bills. 4 months later, they flew him to Budapest. He got an apartment in Budapest. He's on FBI International. He's getting paid, and he's killing it. And we named our theater after him. He's only 30 years old, but he's been with us he's been doing this for 20 years, since he was 10 years old. And I want people to see the grind and see the levels to get there. We're naming our school after him next Saturday. We're naming our theater after him at age 30. So all I'm saying to you is people recognize what you do. Don't think nobody's not paying you no attention, okay? Now, I ain't talking enough about playwriting. All right, so give me 30 more seconds. Yeah. All right, is that cool?
Yep, yes.
Right, so I'm trying to get you guys excited about life and the opportunities. So I'm sorry. So what Ashley and I are going to do are we're going to work on each of you guys is going to write a play, a 15-page play. Don't think you can't do it because you can. You all got stories. You all got something that's exciting inside you, inside your mind. We want to get you to open up, and we're going to show you some prompts to give you a way to be able to do it. Okay? We're also going to assist and with the Qs with coming up with some strategies and some ideas for the haunted house at the end of the month, at the end of October, and we're going to probably design some things all right, and write some little spooky things. I know you all like spooky stuff. You guys like, who likes spooky movies? I know you do. Did you watch the movie The Hand? What's that one with the embalmed hand? Talk to me. Did you guys watch that? I ain't watched it yet. Is it good?
Disturbing.
We're gonna do some stuff because we want to shake things up, but we're gonna do some creative stuff. Ashley, I know I took up all the time. Go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I'm just excited to work with you guys. I never taught with students, so I'm excited for this experience.
Excellent.
For Cultural Trust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna sit down, do some writing prompts. We're gonna write some stuff. You're gonna be surprised what comes out of you. All right, okay, and it's gonna go hand in hand with what B's doing and what Dr. K is doing. It's gonna go hand in hand. So we're gonna have a lot of fun.
All right. You'll have some time to, even if you really get into the script writing for the haunted house, you could also help with the haunted house and actually be some of the characters you write. So that would be kind of cool. So last but not least, we got culinary arts, and I got Miss Sabrina Hicks. She was so real quick. So Chef Jelano Hinton will be working, but we'll have guest chefs. We're gonna mix it up so it's real interactive. But we got Miss Serena Hicks today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be here. How many of you guys like to cook?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
How many of you guys like to bake?
I don't know how to bake.
How many of you know that there's a difference? Big difference. So today, what we're going to be making are my chocolate chip Butterfinger cookies. And you'll be able to taste the difference between homemade cookies as opposed to what you buy in the store. They taste much fresher, they're buttery, they're not having all those preservatives and everything else. I've been in business, I own my own company for almost 10 years now. Some of my products you can find in Johnny Go Market District stores, Robinson, Center Avenue, and Waterworks. They're going to be expanding my product line, so I'm excited to be here, and hopefully I'll be back. But I'm excited to teach you guys how to make my cookies. Thank you.
All right.
Taking that class.
I know. That's right. So here we are. Coach K wanted me to remind you, like, if you're in media, you'll be documenting each class. You'll get a snippet of each class where you'll be documenting and had that opportunity. So now here's the Elizabeth is going to be passing around sticky notes. If we can, Carrie or Nia and Josh, could you write culinary, theater, media production, and
We're going on a pause. When I get my class, we coming back.